Hello and my warmest welcome. My name is Margareta Hedin and I'm an astrologer from Stockholm in Sweden, and I'm also organizing the Stockholm Astrologic Conference. And with me here today, I have Mallory Hasty. Hi, Mallory.
Hi, Margareta. Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
and I happen to know Mallory very, very well since she is working with the Organization for Professional Astrologers. And so do I, because I happen to be the Swedish satellite or we can, yeah, they call it satellites. And Mallory, she is organizing us satellites all over the world. That's her profession. Oh, but she's also, of course, an astrologer and a tarot reader. And she will come to Sweden soon in our conference, don't you?
Yes, I'm so excited to be back in Stockholm. I was lucky enough to come last year as well, and I fell in love with Stockholm right away. So I'm anxious to be back.
Yeah, and what's interesting enough is that Stockholm fell in love with you. It's so many people, so it's mutual, this. So many people talked about your talk. They loved to hear you when you were speaking. So, Mallory, can you tell our listeners about how you got to be interested in astrology?
Well, I think it was definitely more of a past life thing in this life. I think I've done it before, and at some point around when I was very young, like 12 or 11, I received my first astrology book, and it became kind of an obsession throughout my life. So I was always interested in it. It wasn't until I turned 23 when I really decided that this was something I like deeply wanted to study. And then at 24, I learned that people actually did it professionally. So that really changed my life too. I didn't fully conceptualize that you could be a professional astrologer. Yeah.
So, where do you have your North Node then?
My North Node is in Aries.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and I think actually it's not far maybe from something you have in Aries in your chart. Maybe it's your sun or something
28.
like. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
aha. Okay. Now things are getting interesting. Okay,
Yes.
but I know that you are into traditional astrology. Can you tell us about why did you take that path?
Well, it was interesting because my very first teacher was more of a modern astrologer, but he was also an Aquarius. So he always presented a lot of different perspectives. And I'm grateful for that because even though he taught me the modern way, he also early on had me questioning things like house systems and rulerships. And he himself was always trying to decide if he wanted to use Placidus or the Koch system. So early on, I kind of just got introduced to this idea that you could switch your house
Yeah, yeah.
system. And then after I finished his program, I decided I wanted to look at the whole sign system. And this is the system that Hellenistic astrologers used. And once I saw my chart and the story of my chart in that system, I think something really awakened in me. And that's when I got interested in Hellenistic.
Yeah, because I feel it's a little bit like being backwards, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, you kind of have to start over and then reacquaint yourself with all of the rules.
I have to dedicate myself more to the Hellenistic way. I think, because I see that very many astrologers come to a point that they suddenly turn, as did Robert Hand and many others who they turned. And why? Why, in the middle of a very good career, people turning to the basic?
Yeah.
And that's the big question. And but when you comes to Stockholm, what are you going to talk about in the conference?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my journey from modern to Hellenistic astrology and maybe inspire the crowd to start studying a little bit more Hellenistic, even if they fully identify as modern, psychological, evolutionary, karmic. Hopefully, I can inspire some people that just studying Hellenistic will enrich whatever practice you have.
I think so
Uh,
too.
yeah, yeah. And at the root of my talk, I'll also be teaching a very basic bread and butter timing technique called Annual Profections.
Yes.
So, this is the timing technique that the ancient Hellenistic astrologers used to help predict the year. So, you'll also walk away from my talk knowing a little bit about the year that you are in right now.
That will be interesting, especially since we are in the beginning of the year, so everybody can have a little peek in their future using a new system.
Totally.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. And Margareta, what are you the most excited for the conference?
With the conference, everything, because we are getting, we have so good speakers. It will be, it's about the location that we have got more better technicians, so everything will be, we could stream it, everything will be filmed. I mean, we are going to, it's going to be in Gamla Stan, so it's everything is going to be great about the conference. I'm so excited, and then the crowd, we have so good speakers coming. So I'm really, really looking so much forward to everything.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get together with everybody and yeah, I hope if you're in the Europe area, somewhere close to Stockholm and you're interested in astrology, you can join us. And it's all English speaking, right?
Yeah, everything, all the conference is in English, even though it's we are in Sweden, because we want people from all the world to be able to listen to the conference. If you do it in person here in Stockholm, it would be fabulous. Or maybe you can download and listen to the tapes that we are going to make. Okay, so what shall we say? Uh,
Well,
we
I
say
hope
welcome to all our listeners.
yeah. Well, I hope that we'll see them in February
Yeah,
in Stockholm.
we will, I hope.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
bye bye.
Bye, guys.